Good morning, Brazil time. Bom dia. It's a late evening back home in Indonesia. And hello to everyone who's attending this session from the rest part of the world. Thank you very much for your enthusiasm and your commitment. So you are joining Seller Meet Buyer session. It's a platform full of opportunities that connects all parties to work together towards a low carbon economy. And I would say you are the very lucky one because you are the first to participate, to witness, or to attend this very first second to none seller mid buyer in Indonesia Pavilion. Please put our hands together for this very incredible event. And this seller mid buyer is facilitated by the Ministry of Environment to accommodate all parties' agreement, commitment to reduce emissions by creating a market-based incentives. So to kick off this supreme occasion, let's hear an opening remarks which will be delivered by the Minister of Environment, His Excellency Dr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I welcome you to session of Seller Made Buyer of Carbon Trading, a flagship initiative of the Indonesia Pavilion at COP30. This is more than a side event. It is a strategic platform that reflects Indonesia's readiness to take a leading role in the global carbon market. I sincerely appreciate all companies and institutions, especially those listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange, IDX member companies, and carbon exchange service users who have actively participated and demonstrate their commitment to climate action. Indonesia has taken bold and strategic steps to strengthen carbon pricing opportunity in Indonesia. We have developed strong governance framework and collaborate with several independent crediting schemes through a mutual recognition agreement, including the gold standards. Thank you, gold standards. Plan Vivo, a Global Carbon Council, GCC, FERA, and Puro Earth as the foundation for credible high-integrity transaction recognized globally. Honorable delegates and esteemed colleagues, today we approach to witness tangible outcome emerging from this platform. Several Indonesia companies have begun engaging the real carbon credit transaction with international buyer, marking a significant milestone for Indonesia carbon market. This momentum also opened up strategic opportunities for Indonesia validation and verification bodies, VVBs, to play a more prominent role in the global carbon ecosystem. As demand grows for high-integrity carbon credit, the credibility of its transition highest on robust validation and verification processes. Indonesia FFBS, equipped with technical expertise and aligned with international standards as for ensuring environmental integrity and transparency. As the transaction materializes, they will unlock significant co-benefit, channeling climate finance into local communities, supporting sustainable land use and creating thousands of green jobs. Looking ahead, this platform as a catalyst from long-term investment, innovation, and trust in Indonesia carbon market to be a global hub for high integrity, high impact climate solution. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you, all of you, the investor, buyer, and seller to take part in this journey. We envision this model continuing in future COP and other international platforms creating a legacy of collaboration and climate innovation. Let us this moment to build trust, forge partnership, and turn climate ambition into climate action. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, the Minister of Environment, Republic of Indonesia, for the remarks. And thank you very much. Under your guidance, I guess more and more businesses are encouraged and empowered to build, to develop a high quality carbon offsets projects. Thank you, sir. Okay, so this session is attended by various parties, so not just sellers, buyers, but they're also investors, validation and verification bodies, as well as the carbon credit registry companies, and anybody who actually have a good deed and intention in achieving their climate goals. So let's get down to business. Earlier this year, Indonesia Stock Exchange, or IDX, officially inaugurated the international trade for Indonesian carbon units through the Indonesia Carbon Exchange, or in short, IDX Carbon. And this inauguration marks a significant milestone in the implementation of carbon trading in Indonesia. So to know more about the carbon trading mechanism in secondary market through the IDX Carbon, let's hear it from the regulator. Please welcome, bear with me, this is a long job title, Head of the Department of Special Inspection, Supervision of Derivative Finance, Carbon Exchange, and Securities Transactions, Bapak Inyoman Suge Yase.
Very much. Nice. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Excellencies, Minister of Environment, Mr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq, Pak Ari, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to the audience that attend this panel sessions of the topic Sellers Meet Buyers for Carbon Tradings. It is an honor to represent a Financial Service Authority of Indonesia, or OJK Indonesia in Bahasa, and to address this esteemed assembly at COP30, a vital platform where the world unites its resolve to confront the existential challenge of climate change. As the world moves from the climate ambition to concrete action under the Paris Agreement, Indonesia is proud to share its progress in establishing a robust and credible framework for the carbon economic value. This includes the operation of the carbon exchange that is supervised by OJK Indonesia to ensure integrity, transparency, and accountability in every transaction. We extend our sincere appreciation to high-level representation from the various ministers, private sector entities, and key stakeholders whose collective commitment is instrumental to this initiative. Today, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly update of the carbon trading through the carbon exchange in Indonesia. I would like to brief about carbon market update and regulatory framework of carbon trading in Indonesia. To begin with, we would like to share the progress of Indonesia's carbon exchange market. In carbon trading implementation, the Indonesian government through Law Number 4/2023 has mandated that carbon units are considered as financial securities and that OJK has the responsibility to regulate, license, supervise, and develop carbon trading through the carbon exchange to ensure that the market operator is licensed and the transactions are done fair and orderly. OJK then issues OJK Regulation Number 14/2023 as the technical rules for the carbon exchange operation, and in September 2023, Indonesia has officially launched its carbon exchange or IDX Carbon, a historic step in our carbon market development. Since its launch in September 2023, the market has shown rapid growth. As the November 2025, the Indonesia Carbon recorded a total of 1.6 million tons of CO2 equivalent emission reduction certificate traded, with a transaction value of IDR around 78.50 billion rupiah. There are 5 SPA projects listed on carbon exchange, resulted in a total carbon unit registration of around 3.6 million tons CO2 equivalent. To date, there are 138 users of the carbon exchange. Moving forward, Indonesia still has a lot of potential for projects to be issued and growing market demands domestically and internationally. With the latest presidential regulation that is aimed to strengthen market participation, we are ready to welcome more participation and collaboration from governments, project developers, and key stakeholders around the world. This is made possible under Indonesia's strongly regulatory framework. Recently, the Ministry of Environment has submitted the second NDC as an update to the previous enhanced NDC, showing stronger commitment and actionable strategies to achieve emission reduction target. The latest Presidential Decree number 110/2025 regarding the implementation of carbon economic value, instrument and national greenhouse gas emission control, strengthen the ground rules for national implementation of carbon economic value. The government also provide technical regulation that would be updated to each sectoral ministries that mandates the implementation. I would like to show about the carbon trading ecosystem and the OJK roles in secondary market. Briefly showing the overall ecosystem of carbon trading in Indonesia, we can see that the process involves various institutions, the Ministry of Environment, Technical Ministry, regulated installations, and project developers. OJK plays a key role in supervising the secondary market through the carbon exchange, ensuring the presence of carbon exchange as well as the credibility and transparency of transactions. OJK issues license, conducts both off-site and on-site supervision, market surveillance, and perform investigation when needed. To ensure data integrity, the system at the carbon exchange has been connected to the national registry so that every transaction and retirement that happens on the exchange can be traced. This avoids fraudulent transaction and double counting. We now go to the slide 3, the register project and users in carbon exchange and OJK initiatives. To provide a better picture from the current update in the carbon exchange, there are 138 registered users of carbon exchange, including 3 international participants, 2 from Singapore and 1 from United States, and the rest comes from different provinces around Indonesia. This shows inclusive market participation. OJK is taking several key steps to strengthen Indonesia carbon exchange and support sustainable finance. OJK actively coordinates with key ministries, relevant stakeholders, and the carbon exchange operator for strategic program that focuses on capability building through seminars, workshops, and training programs that bring together project developers and potential buyers aiming to support carbon trading activities, particularly in various regions across Indonesia. Lastly, OJK is active in international fora, sharing knowledge and best practices to strengthen global collaboration in sustainable finance and carbon development. To conclude, through strong supervision, transparent system, and active collaboration, OJK Indonesia are paving the way for a credible and competitive carbon market. Guided by sound regulation and close institutional collaborations, our efforts go beyond national boundaries and open pathways for deeper international cooperation and share climate impact. Thank you for your attention and for your continued support in advancing global climate solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pa Nyoman, for the informative presentation. And if you all need or want to find out more about the carbon trading mechanisms through Indonesia Exchange, we invite you to take a look at the next video.
Indonesia, one of the world's most biodiverse nations, is taking bold steps toward a sustainable, low-carbon future. Through the Indonesia Carbon Credit Project, we highlight innovative initiatives from across the archipelago, from renewable energy to carbon capture, from reforestation to energy efficiency, all contributing to our national and global climate goals. In Aceh, Indonesia's northernmost province, sustainability begins with energy transition and ecosystem restoration. North Sumatra showcases renewable innovation to supplying green electricity for Indonesia's growing economy. In Riau, palm oil waste becomes a valuable resource, demonstrating how industrial byproducts can be transformed into renewable power. South Sumatra is home to pioneering carbon reduction projects and taps into Indonesia's volcanic potential. In Jakarta, innovation meets urban sustainability and leads clean energy transition through Muara Karang gas power plant. In West Java, the focus is on transforming industrial efficiency and renewable power, adding another milestone in emission reduction effort. Central Java contributes through renewable energy generation and community-scale biogas programs and mini hydro plant. In East Java, decarbonization continues through innovation of blue ammonia production and domestic biogas program. Kalimantan's forests and peatlands are vital carbon sinks, supporting projects for ecosystem restoration. Projects in central Kalimantan restore degraded lands and prevent wildfires. East Kalimantan showcase advanced industrial decarbonization through CCS initiatives and carbon utilization. North Sulawesi and Maluku plays crucial role in renewable energy through the Lahandong into renewable power. South Sumatra is home to pioneering carbon reduction projects and taps into Indonesia's volcanic potential. In Jakarta, innovation meets urban sustainability and leads clean energy transition through Muara Karang gas power plant. In West Java, the focus is on transforming industrial efficiency and renewable power, adding another milestone in emission reduction effort. Central Java contributes through renewable energy generation and community-scale biogas programs and mini hydro plant. In East Java, decarbonization continues through innovation of blue ammonia production and domestic biogas program. Kalimantan's forests and peatlands are vital carbon sinks, supporting projects for ecosystem restoration. Projects in central Kalimantan restore degraded lands and prevent wildfires. East Kalimantan showcase advanced industrial decarbonization through CCS initiatives and carbon utilization. North Sulawesi and Maluku plays crucial role in renewable energy through the Lahandong geothermal project and ecosystem conservation through Serkova project. Across the Nusa Tenggara Island, the Indonesia Domestic Biogas Program empowers rural communities to adopt sustainable energy. These projects are driven by collaboration between government, private sector, and local communities under the framework of IDX Carbon. Join us at Indonesia Pavilion COP30 Amazonia from 11th to 20th November 2025, where sellers meet buyers and where sustainability meets opportunity. Submit your expression of interest today to explore opportunities in Indonesia's carbon projects.
Okay, I think from the presentation and through the video, we've gained a deep understanding around the carbon trading mechanisms through the Indonesia Stock Exchange. But should you have other queries or anything you need to clarify to justify in relation to that, we have an IDX corner, which you can visit later on at the end of the session. That's located at the front far left of this pavilion. So we're welcome for you. We have a person in charge who is able to answer all the questions for you. Okay, let's jump into the highlight of the day. It's the signing ceremony, but before that, we want to give you a better idea about the green projects under Pertamina's portfolio. So let's pay an attention to the presentation that will be delivered by PT Pertamina Persero. Welcome, Ms. Gia Mokobombang.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and His Excellency, Pak Hanif Faisol, the Minister of Environment of Indonesia, and all esteemed delegates. Thank you so much for the opportunity. On behalf of Pertamina, I would like to say we are very grateful for the opportunity today that we can share our commitment and also to reaffirm our readiness to support Indonesia's carbon market future. So, as mentioned by Pak Menteri, by the Minister, today marks a historic moment, Pak, not only for Indonesia, but also for Pertamina. Because Pertamina, a company that once known to only managing oil and gas, today we also know that we are not only for oil and gas, we are also the driver for low carbon business and also carbon market in Indonesia. So to start the presentation, let me go to the next slide. So this is the strategy for Pertamina. We have dual growth strategy, where it comprises for two pillars. The first one is the legacy business for energy security, and the second one is low carbon business to support net zero emissions. And this will also be growth under Pertamina New and Renewable Energy. And in the next 5 years, we will also expand our portfolio, which includes geothermal, CCS, CCUS, biofuels, and of course, nature-based solutions and carbon trading. And our vision is clear. We are an energy company that will advance energy security, availability, and sustainability of the country. So, if we go to the next slide. Yes, so through our subsidiary, we have 6 subsidiaries, and one of those focusing on new and renewable energy, which is Pertamina New and Renewable Energy, or PNRE. So PNRE is the first seller that includes in the IDX carbon market back in 2023, and we are also the first generator for carbon credit from renewable projects. And since then, we already sold around 864,000 tons of CO2 equivalent carbon credits, which amounted around $3 million. And it comes mainly from our geothermal project, which is located in the North Sulawesi in Lahendong. And we also included in the several markets. We sold it to different companies as well. And on the next slide, and this is our focus for this year. So this year, we also try to expand our portfolio, not only in geothermal, but we also move into biogas power plant, which is located in Semangke. So for 2025, we are committed to generate around 250,000 tons of CO2 carbon credits. And not only from biogas, we also collaborate with Perhutani for nature-based solution, which is included 9 concessions located in Kalimantan. And it will come in the next 2 years. So it will not come today, but for the next 2 years, we can generate the carbon credit. And for the next slide, we can focusing on the biogas power plant, which is Semangke. This is the project that we will transaction today. So from this project, it is located in the North Sumatra. It has the capacity of 2.4 megawatts. And today we have available 35,000 tons of CO2 carbon credits. And partially has been sold to our buyers today, which is Bank Mandiri and also CIMB Niaga. Please give a big round of applause, Bapak Ibu. Thank you. And of course, after this, to close this presentation, I think I will also invite you to watch our short video about Pertamina Carbon Business Overview. Thank you and please enjoy.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Ayah, kata Bu Guru, bumi kita lagi demam. Katanya karena terlalu banyak emisi gas rumah kaca ke udara. Kalau kita bisa menangkapnya, kita bisa sembuhkan bumi.
Kamu lagi apa, Nak?
Ayah, kita bisa bantu bumi kan?
Itu tugas orang besar, Nak. Kita cuma orang biasa. Nah ya,
aku mau jadi orang yang bisa bantu bumi saat aku dewasa.
pasti, Nak. Ayah yakin kamu pasti bisa.
Ayah, aku janji buat bantu bikin bumi jadi lebih baik.
Maaf ya, kamu kebangun gara-gara ayah.
Nggak apa-apa, aku memang nunggu ayah pulang kok.
Oh iya, Naya. Ayah udah tahu cara kita bantu bumi.
Beneran ya?
Iya, bukan kita sendiri, tapi kita bisa jadi bagian besar dari itu.
Yeay!
Naya, jaga diri ya, Nak. Kalau lagi nggak sibuk, main-main ke rumah. Ayah selalu di sini.
Hai Ayah.
Ya. Ayah, aku janji buat bantu bikin bumi jadi lebih baik.
Ayah.
Naya,
Makasih ya, Ayah, udah selalu percaya sama aku.
pasti ayah selalu percaya sama kamu.
Harapan sederhana setiap keluarga adalah langit biru untuk anak-anak kita. Setiap pohon yang dijaga, setiap karbon yang dikurangi adalah napas kehidupan untuk masa depan. Melalui pemanfaatan energi biogas dan panas bumi, Pertamina NRE mengubah limbah menjadi listrik hijau, mengurangi emisi, memberi nilai ekonomi baru bagi petani dan masyarakat lokal. Kami berkomitmen menjaga energi panas bumi Indonesia terus menyala dan menjaga keseimbangan alam tanpa meninggalkan jejak karbon. Inilah komitmen kami untuk masa depan, langit yang lebih biru, udara yang lebih bersih, dan generasi yang terlindungi. Bersama masyarakat, bersama bumi, kita menanam harapan dan menjaganya tumbuh.
Please put our hands together for PT Pertamina. As the director Pak Agung mentioned or promised yesterday, that Pertamina is going to build and develop more and more green projects across the archipelagic Indonesia. Okay, let's get down to the real business. It's the signing ceremony for trading of carbon credit unit between the Pertamina New and Renewable Energy with two financial institutions, Bank Mandiri and CIMB. With that, I would like to call upon the signing parties, PNRE representing by PT Pertamina Persero, the Director of Transformation and Business Sustainability. Please welcome Bapak Agung Wicaksono. And from Bank Mandiri, SVP ESG PT Bank Mandiri Tbk, please welcome Ibu Monica Octavia. And to witness the signing, please Please welcome His Excellency, the Minister of Environment, Republic of Indonesia, to please be on stage as well, sir, to witness this signing moment. When you're ready, ladies can take first, or if it's enough space for both of you to sign the documents. Okay. That's a very good idea. So Bank Mandiri agreed to procure carbon credits from Pioneer. Name of project is Say Monkey 2.4 megawatt biogas power plant, and the transaction amount is 8,006 ton CO2 equivalent. And this Say Monkey biogas power plant project mitigates GHG by capturing methane from palm oil mill effluent from wastewater treatment facility and converting the same into renewable electricity. When you're ready, yes, hold the documents and face it to the camera, and don't forget to have a smile. The carbon trading is no longer a peripheral mechanism, it's a central pillar to the global transition to net zero. Okay, Miss Monica, you may return to your seat. One more. There is one more. Miss Monica is done. You've done your job very well. You may return to your seat. We have another one that's with CIMB. Okay. So signatories, you may proceed with signing the document. So CIMB agreed to procure carbon credits from PNRE, and the name of the project is the same, Say Monkey 2.4 megawatt biogas power plant, and the transaction amount is 5,000 ton CO2 equivalent. From CIMB, we have the representative. He is the SVP Sustainability, Bapak Leo Mualim, who's joining us online. Okay, please uphold the document and face it to the camera with a great smile. Once again, put our hands together. Thank you, Pak Menteri. Thank you very much for your presence, gracing this moment with your presence in Indonesia Pavilion. I know you have a very, very busy and tight schedule, but we do appreciate for you to witness this momentous occasion. It's happy to know the green portfolio of both banks are now expanding. And of course, this initiative will have a tangible impact for the company as it reinforces its position as a leader in sustainable banking. Due to one another, our minister will have to leave the venue. Please once again send our appreciation for the Minister of Environment, Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Dr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq, for attending this forum. Okay, let's move on to the next project. It is the peatland restoration in central Borneo, Kalimantan, which is developed by Carbon Ethics. So with that, let's hear it from Bimo Suwaji from Carbon Ethics through this video.
All right. Hello, good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed buyers. My name is Bimo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Carbon Ethics. And Carbon Ethics has been 6 years developing nature-based solutions. And we started with blue carbon ecosystem and now expanding to peatland. And we're excited to share with you of the project that we have been built so far. It's Pulang Pisau Preserve, and it stands for Peatland Restoration and Fire Prevention. So a bit of the story of carbon ethics. The co-founder and also management team have diverse background, starting from buyers and also the project developer, commercial investment up until the executions. And we are grateful in the past 6 years, we have been supported by 240 B2B clients. And also every projects that we develop, we always count and measure the impact via the framework called social return of investment. So every $1 invested to our projects, we deliver $2 of social value in return. And we're proud certified B Corporation. And I want to show you the video of our Pulang Pisau Preserve. Check it out.
Tapi sangat menyambut baik karena untuk awal aja kita tuh sudah banyak dapat keuntungan-keuntungan dari perusahaan ini. Terlebih lagi harapan saya ketika adanya kegiatan seperti ini, adanya pembinaan, adanya bimbingan, pendampingan itu akan meningkatkan lagi baik sumber daya manusianya, baik lagi sumber pencarian warganya, setelah itu untuk meningkatkan ekonomi keluarga, bahkan ekonomi masyarakat di sini, meningkatkan juga desa ini, memajukan desa juga.
Pulang Pisau Preserve is one of the 3 projects that currently Carbonetics is developing. So the other 2 is Blue Carbon, one in Aceh, and the other one in West Kalimantan. And a bit of background of this project, over the past decade, forest fire have threatened the livelihood of social forestries that live in Pulang Pisau. And this project focusing on rewetting, revegetations, and revitalization of peatland forests. Comprising of 21,000 hectares of area, this carbon project can generate up to 600,000 tons CO2 equivalent per year, in which in this area also consists of 60 key species, including orangutan, sun bear, and also Borneo clouded leopard. The methodology that we use is Vera VM7, that's also transitioning to VM48 and also VM47. And thanks to the government of Indonesia that allows the mutual recognitions with international methodology to happen. And when we're talking about integrity, ensuring long-term impact means putting local community at the heart of conservation effort. And good project developer bridge all stakeholders to ensure high integrity in carbon market and ensuring the benefit is received by the local community on the ground. And when we see the challenge in this project, such as forest fire, land conversion, illegal logging, we do have actions and also decarbonization plans, such as forest patrol, mitigation, infrastructure development, fire prevention training, and as well as the community development plans, such as increased capacity building, such as scholarship and thematic trainings, creating jobs in agroforestry, and as well as enhanced revenue from non-timber forest product and tourism. A bit of the project area baseline scenario. The Mega Rice project was an Indonesia government program back then in 1996, aimed to transform almost 1.5 million hectares of central Kalimantan peatlands into rice field for national food security. And this project involved extensive forest clearing and cutting through pit domes in areas such as Pulang Pisau with large-scale canal excavation. However, the drainage caused severe degradations, drying out the pit and increasing fire risk and leading to long-term environmental damage. And this project area is predominantly comprised of peatland forest with approximately 9.2 thousand hectares classified as secondary peat forests. And between 2014 and 2016, most areas experienced substantial losses, primarily due to the forest fires during the El Nino period. And related to the identifications of the biodiversity, over extractions, deforestations, forest degradation, and forest fire pose significant threats to biodiversity in this region. And without proper conservation efforts, some species may face the risk of extinction. And the actions such as community-based habitat restoration and development of a habitat conservation plan is the recommended actions that this project needs to have. Our project aims to achieve 80% of reduction in deforestation from the current rate. So starting from the restorations of the peatland area, so degraded land due to the burning via annual forest fire, and also constructions of canal blocks and bore wells to restore the peatland water level, as well as restoration of forest area, so such as deforested area due to the forest fire and land conversion, and replanting of trees, and protections of existing forests through community-led forest patrol. We believe that in order to make long-term impact, we need to design the project in theory of change, because we envision the empowered and sustainable communities in the village of Pulang Pisau achieving economic independence, improved quality of life, and measurable contributions to carbon sequestration and biodiversity conservation. And last but not least, this is a call for collaborations. We offer multiple schemes of partnership. So the first one, this project opens for project equity investment for those investors that wants attractive financial returns. And the second is that the discounted pre-purchase carbon credits. This is to support your company decarbonization goals. And if you ever think about starting small and pilot and engaging with our community, you can as well as support this program via your CSR project. And can't wait to welcome you to become one of our 500 partners and restore the climate balance together. Carbonetics, providing climate solution that regenerate lives. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the carbon reduction emissions program idea note by Carbon Ethics. And next, let me refresh your memory first. If you remember, about May this year, government of Indonesia signed a mutual recognition agreement with the Gold Standard Foundation. So this is a milestone that marked a significant steps in government Indonesia's efforts to build an effective, transparent, and credible carbon market. So next, let me present to you the program, post the agreement. With that, please welcome the CEO, Gold Standard Foundation, Margaret Kim.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be part of this very first Seller Meets Buyer for Carbon Trading hosted by the Indonesian government, Ministry of Environment. I would like to first congratulate Minister Nurofiq for his excellent leadership throughout the last 12 months or less than 12 months. I've been very impressed by the progress Indonesia as a country has made under his leadership and related ministries across the board in driving this carbon market in a high integrity, scalable, and accessible way. So Gold Standard is very proud to have 29 listed projects in Indonesia, which have collectively been issued more than 4.5 million credits to date. And I know some of the developers are here today. As many of you know, projects under our standard deliver impact through Indonesia's cities, rural areas, and its coastline, helping to restore mangroves, install renewable energy, and improve waste management. And these projects not just focus on reducing carbon, but really bringing benefit for people's livelihoods, creating jobs, strengthening gender equality, and improving sanitation, so that we can create that carbon market that impacts people and nature. So as I was introduced, I was very proud in May to sign the first mutual recognition agreement with government of Indonesia as the independent international standard body. And last month, we've built on this by launching two things. First, we issued the operational guidance outlining how project developers can move forward with projects in Indonesia. And second, we also launched a pilot program in which we'll work with early moving project developers that are implementing this guidance. Through this pilot program, we, with the Ministry of Environment, will listen very carefully to the feedback to ensure that we are providing as clear a framework as possible. I'm very pleased to be able to announce today the 8 organizations who will be participating in this pilot program. I will just name them out, worth the mention. Eco Security, Ferapmos, Kosher Climate India Private Limited, PT Biru Carbon Nusantara, RIS PTE, South Pole, Star Energy Geothermal, and finally, Value Network Ventures, VMV. I'm very excited that these organizations will be joining. It's very important to note that you are welcome to continue with the projects in Indonesia and continue with the registration in line with our guidance. But these 8 organizations will form a formal working group, basically a pilot program, where there will be a formal channel of communication to feedback to Gold Standard as well as the government on how to make this transition and implementation smooth as possible. So we're very honored to be part of this journey, and we look forward to a successful outcome of this pilot program, and very much looking forward to your constructive and positive feedback through this journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please put a big round of applause for Gold Standard Foundation, because every conservation efforts, any carbon reductions initiatives, any renewable projects deserve the world stage. Okay, so I think that's the end of the seller meets buyer for carbon trading, or I shall call it a carbon shop, which is a place where an exchange or a transaction takes place between a buyer and a seller, but just the commodity for this occasion is a carbon. It is an emerging, a new asset class. So before you leave, I would have to show you a few things on the screen. The first one is the QR code coaching clinic. So if you want to know more about how to access a high quality carbon trading with the best security and convenient transaction in Indonesia, you can scan it. But for today, we have the representative from IDX standby at the corner to answer all the queries, all the questions in relation to the carbon trading through secondary market in IDX Carbon. So, do we have it? Not yet? Not yet. Okay. So I think that's the end of it. And please remember to come back again tomorrow. We will have the seller meet buyer for carbon trading every single day at 11 o'clock, except for the weekend. Okay? Thank you very much for joining us. You all have a good day. Thank you.